Hello everyone. In this video, I will show you how you can build an Ethereum Dapp using ethers.js and solidity. It is just a video tutorial for level 7 freshman track of Learn Web3. You can check the link in the description if you want to see the blog tutorial. If you don't know what learnweb3.io is, then let me tell you, it is an amazing resource to learn Web3 and blockchain. Learn Web3 is completely free and accessible to everyone. I will definitely suggest you to visit their website learnweb3.io and do check it out. It's free, and you can see there are like high quality holistic education platform on people who learn from learn web3, recruited by these big companies. And you can see there are 4 tracks, like these are 4 old tracks and these 2 added new. So in this video we are going to build our first Dapp. If you are not familiar what Dapp means, so it's mean decentralized application, like the application which is built on the top of blockchain. So let us first know what we are going to build in this tutorial. So there will be a smart contract called mood diary, and in that there will be one string, and there will be 2 functions, one to update the string and one function to get the string. And to interact with that smart contract, we are going to build a basic HTML web page. So let's start. First, let's create a folder and open that folder in your code editor should be any like VS Code, Atom, Sublime, any one of those. So I'm opening a folder on my VS Code. So let's start with creating 3 empty files. First one is index.html, second are script.js, and third one will be style.css. So first we will start with writing our HTML code. So let's generate the boilerplate for HTML and give a title whatever you want. Building our first step. So first let's link the style.css and script.js in our HTML file. I'm going to link it, and let's link the script.js, and let's start by writing our markup. So I have already written the markup, so let me copy and paste it. You can write whatever you can write it in your own way. You just need one input tag and 2 buttons. So let's write some styles. Now let's run the index in our using our local server. You can see it's running fine. Let's check whether our script tag is working fine or not. So for this we just need to write 2 functions, get them get mood, and the second one will be set mood. Now let's check. So we have successfully added our script tag to the HTML. Now let's write our smart contract. So to write a smart contract, we will be using Remix ID, which is an online ID where we can write our smart contracts and compile them, and when we can run them over on Remix and check it whether it's working fine or not. So let's start. Open remix.ethereum.org and then go to contracts. I have already moved diary, so let me delete, and let's create a new file. Mood diary.sol. Whenever you write your smart contract, your first line should be a comment spdx license identifier mit or something unlicensed. This so this comment is added to prevent throwing errors and to prevent legal problems regarding copyright. So it is important to specify the license of the smart contract, and this MIT license makes the code available free and open source. So after this line we need to write which we need to write about our solidity version which we want to work with. So below this line we need to specify the version of solidity, pragma solidity, and we are going to use above 0.8.9, and this caret sign means it will compile only above the 0.8.9 version. It will also not work after 0.9 dot something version, because when 0.9 will come then there will be some breaking change. That's why it will not work after 0.9. Now we need to write our smart contract here. And we need to define a variable of a string data type, string mode, and we need to create two functions. The first one will be of the name get mode, and then the second one will be of set mode, and both function will be public, like anyone can call this function outside the contract. Public. Now let's complete the body of the get mood function. So this function will return the mood of type string. So we need to give one more keyword, which is view. It means like this function will not do any change in our blockchain. That's why we passed a view keyword here, and this function will also not cost any gas fees because we are not changing anything in our blockchain. Now we need to write another keyword for our return type. Returns return. Now this is similar to all the other programming languages. Now here we need to pass one argument, string. So this memory keyword, you can see we have defined memory keyword after a string, after both the strings. So it is important to define memory keyword, because if you don't define it, it will throw some error. So we have completed our smart contract. Now we need to compile it, and we need to like choose a compiler version. So we need to choose anything above this. Now let's compile our mood diary contract, and you can see it's compiled successfully. So we need to copy the ABI of the smart contract so that we can interact with our smart contract. Let's copy the ABI and paste it in our script folder, script file. Contract ABI and paste it here. Now you can see the ABI. In the ABI we are getting two functions. First one is get mood and the second one is set mood. So using this contract ABI, we will interact our UI with the smart contract. Now our smart contract is successfully compiled, and now we need to deploy it. So we are going to use our MetaMask wallet. So select here injected provider and with MetaMask. So I'm going to use this, and we are going to use Rinkibi testnet to deploy this. So choose the contract, it's mood diary contract, and let's deploy it. So the MetaMask wallet pops up automatically and it is asking for some uh, Ethereum, some ETH. So let's confirm this transaction and wait for a little bit. Now you can see our transaction is now successful. So we can verify this transaction in Etherscan. So let's open the Etherscan and check. You can see, so our smart contract is deployed to this address and we need to copy this address and save it in somewhere in our script tag. So const contract address equal, yeah, now I have pasted and so the Rinkiby Etherscan takes a little bit of time, and you can see it's deployed from this address and it's deployed to this address, and we have copied this address and pasted it in our VS Code. So let's check. It's my account address, this one from. Now let's try to run these functions. So first we need to set mood and then get mood. So I'm setting a mood happy, and it will also ask for some Ethereum ETH. Let's confirm the transaction and wait. Now let's get the mood. You can see a string with happy. So our functions are working fine. Now we need to work on our script tag. So we need two variables. First one is contract. First one will be used to hold the contract, and the second one will be used to hold the signer. And now we are going to use ethers.js. So we need to import the ether.js. So to import ether.js, we are going to copy their CDN. You can search it on internet, or if you want you can also install ether.js using npm, but you need a package.json file here. Let me paste it here, and you will find the CDN link anywhere on the Google. Now we need to give a provider. Now we need to create a variable for provider, and will be new ethers.provider dot web3 provider, and we are going to use Rinkiby network. So this provider will be used to interact with our smart contract, and now we need to request access to the user's wallet and connect to the signer to our MetaMask account, and we need to define the mood contract object using our contract address, ABI and signer. So let's do that. Provider dot send ETH request accounts, and now we are requesting the accounts of the accounts which are present in our MetaMask, all the accounts. So provider dot list accounts, it will give an array of all the accounts. Now we are going to use the first account of the array. You can see, if you go to your MetaMask, you will see if you have more than one accounts, you will get all the accounts in an array. So we are going to use the first one, which is at 0th index. So now let's define the contract. Contract, and pass the contract address, contract ABI and signer. Contract address, contract ABI and signer. Now we are good to go. Now we can use mood contract anywhere in our script tag. So first we need to convert these functions as a asynchronous function. We need to give a keyword async before both the functions, async, and this function will be used to get the mood string. We have already created this function in our blockchain, so we are calling that function which is present in our contract. Wait, mood contract dot get mood, and we just need to log the mood. Now we need to write the body of the set mood function. So in set mood we just need to grab whatever is written in our input tag, and we need to call the set mood function. So we have just grabbed the element with the id of mood. So you can see the input tag as id of mood, and then we need the value inside the. Now we need to call the set mood function. So now let me do a log. Now let's try to run this function, call this function. So the first, you need to refresh it so that your MetaMask wallets get connected with the website. Right. Actually it is already connected. Let me disconnect it and show it to you, and let me lock it. Now if I refresh this page, MetaMask wallet will automatically pop up. You can see. Now let's type our password, and it is asking which accounts we want to use. So I have only one account. Now actually, okay, I think we have done something wrong. Provider.signer is not a function. There is a mistake. We have written provider.signer, but it should be provider.getSigner. Now let's try to run this. Now you can see the functions are running fine. Let's click on get mood, and you can see the log. And if we type some here joyful, and let's hit the mood. So MetaMask wallet popped up, and we need to confirm the transaction. You can see setting mood successful, and if we get the mood should be joy. Okay, let's check. So the transaction is pending right now. Wait for the success. Now that our transaction is successful, done. So let's get the mood, and you can see mood is joyful. So thanks, that's it for this tutorial.